Hey, Taylor, I have something to say to you. I decided to take your boyfriend and make him mine. From today, Liam is officially my boyfriend.
Daisy, what the heck are you talking about? What made you suddenly say all this to me?
Didn't you understand what I said before? Liam is here next to me saying that he wants to become my boyfriend. So from today onwards, that's what he'll be. Since you're such a wise adult, you need to back off, all right?
Are you kidding me right now, Daisy?
I have nothing to kid about. After all, a beautiful woman deserves to be with someone of her own kind. Liam has such a handsome-looking face, and above all that, he's a doctor with a high annual income. Of course, he's the perfect type of guy for me.
Okay, now just hold on a minute, Daisy. Liam is actually next to you and saying all of this? Actually, now that I think about it, I wasn't able to get in contact with him yesterday. You're not telling me that you both got together yesterday and decided on this.
Well, yes, we meet up yesterday, but we've been together basically all of this week. We started to living together in his room, actually.
You're already living together? Don't you know that he's my fiancé? We had already promised each other that we were going to get married and plan a ceremony for next year. And now he turns around and says he wants to become your boyfriend? What do you mean that you've been living together since this week?
No matter what you promise to each other, it no longer matters. Liam doesn't want to be with you anymore. He doesn't even like you. And that he wants to date me instead.
What the heck is going on here? Daisy, are you for real?
Well, I think that any man would choose me over you. Who would want to date the sister who was always too serious and super ugly over the young and beautiful younger sister anyways? That's why he chose to be with me, because I'm hot, and well, you're not.
What, are you just messing with my head right now? Could it really be that my fiancé was stolen away by my own younger sister?
That's what I've been trying to tell you. Stop trying to marry such a good and handsome man when you're so ugly and don't deserve someone like that. It's such a waste for you to have someone like Liam. Oh, that's right. Should I take this opportunity to introduce a suitable man to you, big sister?
I don't need you to do anything like that.
Oh, come on now. Don't say things like that. I know an ugly guy that would be perfect for you. However, it's my ex-boyfriend.
Are you kidding me, Daisy?
No, I'll give you my ex-boyfriend, William. He's ugly and not my type at all, so I can give him to you. But he does have a lot of money. He's an elite member of a pretty large company, so his annual income is good. That's why I put up with him for so long and continue dating him. But I don't need him anymore.
You didn't need him, but dated him anyways. And now you go ahead and steal my fiancé, and he let you? How could you just treat someone like that by dragging them along and giving the poor guy false hope? What you've done is the worst thing I can possibly think of.
I don't really care what I do to the boyfriends I have. I do whatever I want. I only ever saw William as an ATM. He was just my bank. Then I thought, is there a man out there that can give me more money than William and that's more handsome? So, of course, I switched it up really quickly so I could get what I want.
I feel so bad for your ex-boyfriend, who I never got to meet. I can't believe a girlfriend like you would think to do that.
If you feel so sorry for him, then why don't you just go and comfort him, huh? I mean, why don't you both get married already, since you're both ugly and would go well together?
Get married to a stranger? Have you gone mad?
I heard something from Liam actually, that you want to have a child really soon. Is that right? And then, just when you're about to get married to Liam, I swoop in and steal him away and take so much opportunities. Oops. Even if you were to go out and find a man right now, it would be a ticking time bomb since you're 30 years old. There's absolutely no men on this planet who would want to marry such an old woman like you and have children with her. So, why don't you marry my ex-boyfriend as soon as possible?
Wow, Daisy. Thank you for your excellent advice in my love life. I never thought the person who would ruin my potential marriage to someone would be so kind to me.
Whoa. Now, why are you getting so aggro at me, Taylor? I'm literally giving you William so that I can have your doctor fiancé. He's all mine now. There would be no problems in exchanging boyfriends now, would there?
I guess not. Fine. I guess I'll go ahead and marry William. If that's what you want so bad, then fine. I'll give you what you want. What do you think of that?
Wow, really? Are you serious? That's actually hilarious. I never expected my oh-so-serious older sister would come along for the ride. Well then, I'll give William all of your contact details later, and we can go on with our lives.
Hello, is this Taylor? I'm William, Daisy's ex-boyfriend. She gave me your number. Is it true that you want to marry me? Or is this some kind of practical joke? Daisy told me to contact you about wanting to get married and that sort of thing.
Oh, hello, William. It is nice to meet you, I guess. I'm so sorry about my stupid sister. She can really be such a pain in the butt. I mean, I've had to live with her my whole life, so I know what I'm talking about. Whilst Daisy was dating you, she was dating my fiancé and thinks it would be a great idea to swap partners. Why, I don't know.
You're fine. There's no need to apologize to me about any of this. Besides, I was fully aware that I was being treated like an ATM. I always thought that something like this would happen someday. I never expected that Daisy's sister would say that she wanted to go out with me. Is this some kind of practical joke?
Well, it definitely wasn't a joke. I was being serious about that.
Whoa, what? Really? I mean, that is actually all just news that I'm hearing for the first time ever.
Yeah, I don't know why it happened this way. I'm sorry. I know that this probably isn't how you wanted things to go down either. But sometimes, I guess life just throws a curveball at you, huh? I don't know. I guess it just goes to show that you can never really know what's going to happen from one day to the next. And I was actually joking. Or rather, the words just kind of slipped out of my mouth. I was so angry at my sister's attitude towards me. I mean, she is really just such a selfish jerk. I can honestly hardly even believe that someone like her really exists. I was shocked about all the cheating that's been going on, and I was so confused about a lot of other things. Then I just said that I would marry you instead of my ex. I know it's kind of crazy, but I guess that I was just so upset with the way she was talking to me and treating me. I guess I just kind of saw red and said the first thing that came to my mind, you know? I just wanted to get married to someone as soon as possible and just be happy again.
Oh, okay, so that's what you meant by wanting to marry me. I completely understand how you feel about that. I also just want to be happy again and forget what those two horrible people have done to me.
For sure. And that's totally understandable. I feel the same way.
I'm also desperately wanting to forget the shock of being dumped in, quick. They say that the way to forget a crappy breakup is to find another love. Is that right? And that's why I go to a lot of matchmaking parties, but I just keep going around in circles and it's not great.
But isn't it amazing how those sorts of parties can work out for people wanting to find love? I also want to get married soon and have children, so I want to work hard to do that.
Oh, wow, so you're in quite a rush to have a child, huh? I actually had no idea about that at all. I don't think your sister ever mentioned anything like that to me at all.
Well, actually, when I was little, it was a constant dream of mine to be a mother one day. I want to give birth and have a loving and happy family by my side.
That's great news. I had the same dream as well. When I was a little boy, I dreamed of being a father. I wanted a wife and child that I could take care of and support with being in that father role. But when you say something like that at a matchmaking party, I kept hearing things like, "You're the type of guy who will push childbearing duties onto the wife."
Really? That's so not true. I think your dream is wonderful.
Wow, that's the first time someone has said something like that to me. Okay, Taylor, would you want to get married to me? That's if you don't mind. Wait, no, it doesn't seem right to suddenly get married, does it? What do you think of getting married without having dated or even met? This is the first time I met someone whose values about marriage have been really close to mine. Although we were both rejected by our exes, I think we do have some sort of connection.
That's certainly true, but I think it's fine. We're both looking for our next partner in life.
Well, I was dating your little sister, so please rest assured that I have no physical connection to her anymore. After all, she did treat me like an ATM and wasn't doing anything that a typical lover would do for their partner.
Really? She didn't take care of you?
I loved her so much, so I just contributed a lot to the relationship, while maybe she didn't as much. Like when we go out on a date, she wouldn't even hold hands or touch me at all, and I think it's because I didn't feel good being around her and being on edge all the time. We didn't do anything that typical couples would do. We never even stayed at each other's house overnight.
How could a girl be so cruel to someone she's supposed to be in love with? But on the contrary, I'm relieved you got out of it. I think we'll have fun going out together, William. I really do.
Oh, okay. So, would you like to go out with me sometime? I'm sorry it's odd to ask you out even though we haven't really met face to face yet.
Well, yeah, come to think of it, no, we haven't met before. But it's okay. I mean, through this messaging alone, I think you're a really honest and respectable guy. I'm looking forward to meeting you, William.
You're actually dating William, aren't you? That's so insane to me. And it's so funny that you're actually married to him now. I couldn't stop laughing when I heard the story from Mom earlier.
Well, at the time, you said that I should get married to William. What's wrong with taking your word literally and doing that?
Oh my god, my stomach hurts from laughing so much. But I think you both look really great together, even though you're both ugly. Without a doubt, you can definitely have children now. But if the parents are ugly, then the children will definitely be ugly too. I feel so sorry already for them.
Actually, Daisy, I'm already pregnant. That's why we decided to get married really soon. It's for the purpose of having a baby.
I knew it! You're already pregnant with your ugly child!
Well, William and I are joining forces as we want to be happy together. So don't even think about getting involved with us ever again. Even when my child is born, we aren't letting you meet it. I've explained the situation to our parents, and William doesn't want to see you either.
Oh, I see. Do what you like, Taylor. Besides, I'm going to end way happier than you both will ever be. Even if an ugly person gets married and has children, he can't beat a life of a beautiful woman like me. It's about time for me to get married to Liam and live a happy life like I'm a celebrity.
Wow, you're still having an affair with him, I see.
Naturally. Of course I am. There's no way I'd miss out on a good-looking doctor with a high income. I will definitely be wanting to marry Liam. And I can enjoy my life as a celebrity in the luxury apartment of my dreams. A new mansion just opened near the airport in that fancy suburb. I'm so excited that I'll be able to see it soon.
Huh? Did you say near the airport?
A super high-end tower apartment with a gym and a beauty salon recently opened. I said to Liam that I wanted to live there, and he replied that that would be the perfect place for us. Isn't that sweet? I'm sure he's preparing to buy it now and keep it a secret from me.
I hate to break it to you, little sister, but we already live in that apartment you wanted.
Wait, what?
So, it's a bit late to start preparing yourself to live there, isn't it? I heard that all the rooms in the building are sold out.
No way. You're kidding me, right? Now, just hang on a minute there, Taylor. How the heck are you and William able to afford to live in a luxury apartment like that? You can't just live there if you aren't a wealthy person that works for a big company. You and ugly William would never be able to afford the rent for a place like that.
Didn't you know that William is the heir of a real estate tycoon?
Are you serious? What are you talking about? This is the first time that I'm hearing about any of this. Are you really trying to tell me that I didn't even know who my own fiancé was? Do you really think I'm just going to believe you like that?
Actually, I didn't buy it in the first place. William got it from a real estate agent who manages the luxury apartments, you see.
Wait, what? That's how he got it? The luxury apartment? And what do you mean that he's the heir of a real estate tycoon? What did you say about that earlier? You never followed up on that one detail that I said I hadn't heard of before. I had no idea about any of that before now, so I want you to tell me what in the world is that you're talking about, because I had no idea about any of that until now. And I have to say that if what you're trying to tell me in these text messages is actually really indeed true, then that is just crazy.
Well, I'm only just telling you the truth, Daisy, okay? I mean, what would I have to gain from lying to you about this, right? Why would I even think of doing something like that? Does that really sound like me? You know that isn't something that I would actually lie about, right? Apparently, William's family have been in the real estate business for generations. His ancestors owned large pieces of land.
And what's that got to do with it? I don't understand what that fact that you just told me has anything to do with the situation that I'm talking about with you now. You better explain to me how one of those things has anything to do with the other, because things just aren't adding up for me at all with the information that you're giving me.
Well, when they built that luxury apartment block near the airport, it seemed that the management company asked his family to sell the land and cooperate with them on the project.
But that's not fair. I had no idea that his family were so well off.
Well, you should have done your homework before you decided to go and run off with my fiancé. He doesn't make as much as you think he does. He's good and making things bigger than they actually are.
But he was so convincing. This just isn't fair. William was my boyfriend first. I should be with him. Please, call the marriage off with him. I deserve all the nice things in life.
Don't you get it, Daisy? You're so dim sometimes. William doesn't want anything to do with you, period. Stay away from him, and stay away from me for that matter. You screwed me over and him as well. If you come anywhere near us, we'll involve the authorities. Good luck with your own life. Goodbye forever.
But you can't just cut me off like that. I basically handed you William. I need him back so I can get the things I want. This is not over. Get back here and reply to me. This is so not fair.
After that, our child was born safe and well. Our little family is living happily and peacefully together. Rumor has it that Daisy thinks she'll be more happier than her older sister. Due to William's kindness, he's at a much higher level of man than Liam ever was. It seems like Liam was playing around with his money and letting it speak for him. He was thinning on top of his head, and his number of girlfriends decreased. Lately, he's been spending most of his nights alone. Daisy moved to another city after feeling embarrassed about being cut off by her parents. She spends a lot of her time trying to earn money to stay afloat.
Allison, it's really unfortunate that your dad passed away. You must have had a hard time with the funeral and everything too. Now that everything is settled, with Dad's inheritance and all, take time to relax. Yeah, you're right. It's good that he quickly went to the other side. I never expected him to pass away from cancer in his 60s. I got lucky. What? What are you talking about, Mom? Do not call me Mom. Disgusting. What? My daughter is only Amy, who shares my blood. You are my husband's child. You are not my daughter. Are you serious? What's going on? Did the shock of Dad's death drive you insane? Shocked by his death? Of course not. I'm having a party with Amy today. But you said it was unfortunate that he passed away. I mean, it's a pity when I think about your future. What do you mean? Now that he's gone, there's no need to pretend anymore. I'm going to make you a slave in my house from today. Huh? I don't understand. What do you mean by slave? Earn money for me and Amy. Do all the housework for us. Do not disobey our orders. These are the 3 slave rules for you. Mom, are you serious? Maybe your mental state is a bit off, and you're saying things you don't mean? Since you remarried Dad 10 years ago, the 4 of us have lived happily as a family, haven't we? Sure, we are not blood related, but you treated me as if I were your real daughter, didn't you? It makes me sick to think about it. You look like his ex-wife. And you don't look like him at all. And you're ugly. Despite that, you act all smart and get into a prestigious university. Do you have any idea how much trouble you cost us? I borrowed money for my tuition on a scholarship, and I worked part-time to cover the rest. I've been living alone since college days. I don't remember causing any trouble for my family. Amy was compared to you all the time. Huh? She's such a pretty girl and should be loved by the whole world. Because her ugly older sister, you, went to university and acted like a genius? She's not getting the recognition she deserves because of rumors that she's not as good as you. Without you, she would have found a wealthy, highly educated man by now. She would have had a luxurious life. But because of you, she's broken down, depressed, and withdrawn. Poor Amy. What is that? That's a false accusation. Amy couldn't go to university because the university she applied to was too challenging for her. And when she predictably didn't get in, she refused to attend a different university. I know she's at home without a job or not attending university, but she spends her days going out and having fun. It doesn't seem like she's depressed and withdrawn at all. What do you know about her? To someone like you, it might sound like a small thing. But because of you, her life has been completely ruined. Now, you should take responsibility. You are going to spend the rest of your life as our slave. Now move back to our house and remember the 3 rules of being our slave. No way, I won't do that. Now I understand your perspective. Our 10 years together was a lie. And, unfortunately, things turned out this way right after Dad's death. I'm not going back to the house ever again. Oh, really? Are you sure that's a good idea? What do you mean? There are a lot of things that belong to your father in this house. I'm going to burn them all. What? I don't know much, but he used to write academic papers, right? I overheard at the funeral that they were planning to compile and present those papers. I'm going to grab a lighter right now and head to his room. While I'm at it, I'll also destroy and throw away all the photos of him and his important stuff. Stop. Fine. I understand. I'm moving back to the house. Why didn't you just say so from the beginning? Remember, coming back to our house doesn't make you my daughter. You will be a slave to me and Amy. Is that clear? Answer me. I understand. Swear to God and promise me, from now on, you will live as our slave. I promise. I will live as your and Amy's slave while I'm at my parents' house. Good. Well then, hurry up and move over here. Susan, did you eat the cake I bought this morning by any chance? I put it in the fridge. I ate it just now. Is there a problem? I bought it because Amy asked me to. It's from a famous shop that sells out quickly. I lined up in front of the shop from 6 a.m. to get it. So what? It's gone. So why don't you just buy another one? Amy is going to eat it when she gets back home today. The store is already closed. Why did you eat it without asking? I put a note saying it was Amy's and don't eat it without permission. Huh? I don't know about that note. It was in my fridge. What's wrong with me eating something that's in my fridge? Amy will be angry. At you, yes. What? Just tell her that you ate it. Why do I have to do that much? I woke up early and bought a cake with my own money before work. You eat it without asking, and I should take the blame? It doesn't make sense. The 3 rules of being our slave. Earn money for me and Amy. Do all the housework for us. Do not disobey our orders. Do you want me to burn your dad's belongings now? Don't. Okay. I won't say anything about the cake anymore. Good. Also, where is my money for this month? What? Didn't I give you and Amy $500 each yesterday? What? That's it? Yes. What do you mean? There's no way this is enough. Even if you say so, it's impossible. I'm already paying for the food, utilities, and daily necessities for both of you. I barely break even when comparing my monthly expenses and salary. Also, you have Dad's money, so $500 should be enough, right? Don't talk back to me, you slave. There's no way this little money will be enough. Give each of us an additional $1,000. Of course, not just this month, but every month. What? You mean you want me to give each of you $1,500 every month? That's too much. I could burn your dad's belongings at any time. Even if you threaten me, I can't do it. Considering my income, I can't afford $3,000 just for allowance. You graduated from a prestigious university, but you can't afford this kind of money? Are you working a low-income job? It's not about the income. The issue is that the two of you have excessive food expenses. Besides, I have my own life, so I can't spend my entire salary on the two of you. I don't care about your life. Just give me an extra $1,000 every month. You are our slave. Slaves are not human beings. Asking for a human-like life is a big mistake. Fine. I'll add an extra $1,000. I'll transfer it to your account. Also, I want you to mow the yard today and clean out the storage room. Oh, also, I'm tired of the white plates we are using now, so get me a more colorful set of dishes. Understood. Hey, Allison. What on earth is going on? What? I'm working right now. Can we talk later? It's an emergency. I just got back from a tea party and our house was under demolition. Did you do this? I tried to get them to stop, but they kicked me out, telling me that outsiders are not allowed in here. This house is mine. Huh? What are you misunderstanding? That house isn't yours. What? Of course it's my house. My husband passed away and I inherited this house. I inherited it. That's what it says in Dad's will. What? Did he leave a will? I've never heard of such a thing. I mentioned it at the funeral. It seems neither Susan nor Amy were listening to me properly. The two of you inherited only a small amount of Dad's savings. The house, stocks, and other assets were all given to me, his daughter. Therefore, the house is mine, and I have the right to demolish it. What? Why did he give the property to me, his wife? Amy is his daughter too. We should have an equal share of the inheritance with you. What? Didn't you say the same thing before? That the only real daughter is the daughter by blood? I guess Dad thought the same thing. What are you so angry about? The inheritance issue is a separate matter, isn't it? Deciding about money with just a little emotion isn't okay. It involves family's life. Family? The only real family Dad had was me. I'm his wife. So what? Perhaps Dad had a sense of it too, about the true nature of you and Amy. When he got cancer and realized his life was short, he wrote in his will to leave most of the inheritance to me, to ensure that I could escape from the evil mother and daughter and live on my own. What did you say? Even though you're a slave, you dare talk to us like that? I'm not a slave. Did you forget what I said before? What? I said I would live as a slave while I was at my parents' home. Now that house is gone, I'm not a slave anymore. Oh, really? But what about his belongings? If you tear the house down, it will be torn apart along with the house. As for Dad's belongings, I've already moved them to a safe place. What? When? I'm the only one who had the key to his room. Well, you just shoved it in the back of a chest randomly. Thanks to that, even when I took the key, you didn't notice. That can't be true. I checked every day to make sure it wasn't gone. Of course, I didn't just take the key. I replaced it with a dummy. It looks the same, but it won't open. So if you tried to enter the study, you'd have noticed. But it seems you had no interest in Dad's belongings. I'm glad you didn't try to get into the room. What the hell? Stop the demolition now! No way. While you and Amy were out, I secretly took Dad's belongings. It took me 4 months, but I finally managed to take out everything. Finally, I can say goodbye to this crappy life by demolishing the house. It's been a really long time. The days were like hell, but thinking of Dad helped me endure. Dad's research papers and belongings will be entrusted to someone who truly cherishes him. I don't want to have anything to do with trash like you ever again. Trash? You think to talk to me like that? Why don't you worry about yourselves? I'm not going to stop the demolition. I will sell the vacant lot. You guys won't have anywhere to live. You've been spending the savings you inherited from Dad like a fool. There's not much left now, right? Both of you are unemployed. Ever thought about how you're gonna get by from now on? You should give me the money. $1,500 each month to me and Amy. That was the deal. That was the deal while I was living in that house. But now that house is gone, and I've moved elsewhere. The deal's off. You've got to be kidding me. You're ugly. You're a slave. Well, you are probably thrilled that I'm gone now. Your pretty daughter Amy should be able to get the recognition she deserves now, right? If you're right, Amy will marry a wealthy man and have a luxurious life. Why don't you ask her to support you this time? Well then, goodbye. Wait a minute. Wait, Allison. With the family home being torn down and using up all the Dad's inheritance, Susan and Amy had to live in a cheap, shabby motel. Due to the lack of money, both of them reluctantly decided to work. Susan, who had been a housewife for many years, and Amy, a high school graduate who had never worked in her life, could only manage low-paying part-time jobs. Even just living a normal life was a struggle. But the two, unable to shake off their past wasteful spending and luxury habits, in no time at all, they fell into a hell of debt. I entrusted the paper my dad left me to a professor at his university and asked him to present it. It brings me great joy that there are people who cherish my dad's achievements above all else.